He's got a few options. Oliver, he's by himself. Gawn touched. He would have seen it. Happy to keep rolling. This time Max, the skipper, on the run, around the corner. They've got 8.
Pass touched. Well, there was only one person on the ground that knew that was touched, and it was Big Maxie Gawn, and that's why he played on. He knew it was touched. Umpire paid it as a mark, but he was already off. That's a brilliant finish. And talking about the cat slapper, they can't get their game going because they can't take a mark or win possession in the back half. So they've just got no control there. Their whole game has gone.
That's a big decision that has ramifications that are positive for Melbourne. Petrarca, he's gone short to Max Gawn. It was touched off the boot. Max has played on because he saw it was touched.
Maxie!
What about that? That was Stevie J-like from Max Gawn. You've never seen him do that ever before. The running, bending snap from the big 205-centimetre giant.
Skinny man.
Unbelievable goal. 32-point lead, Melbourne.
See, one of the great parts about that is I didn't hear the whistle or the call from the umpire saying touched, but he knew it was. So he just played on straight away. If he tries to fudge for the mark, he gets tackled. They don't get a shot away. But he was on the move. He streamed onto the right and kicked a ripping snap.
I'm not even sure the umpire did call it touch play on because the whistle went when he marked it. And I think Max just thought that it was going to be called because it was clear that it was touched off the boot, but the umpire didn't call it. He played on.
What about the celebration?
Space, but Sam Menegola, if you look back at that, you're the coach, Chris Scott, you just have to lay that tackle. You got 2 hands on the jumper of Max Gawn and you just couldn't reel him in.
Petrarca has a look deep and then goes shallow and plonks it to Gawn. It was touched on the way. The big ruckman swings and goes. Slapsy Maxi, that's magnificent. Max Gawn has his way and it's a 32-point lead. It'll be the goal of the game for instant windscreens. 1-3-2 444. Melbourne 8-3-51, Geelong 3-1-19 for Repco authorised service.
I mean, this is not being disrespectful for Max, but it just tells you the defence is off when you look inside forward 50. Cozzy Pickett is standing
on his own,
all by himself.
How?
There's a touch ball going inside forward 50. Max Gawn can gather it and run around 3 Geelong defenders and snap it across his body.
Well, you just follow Lockie Henderson there, and he is in jog mode. He's in corralling mode. Max just sprinted away from him. He's gathered the football. He's turned around, and he looked like Peter Dacos there for a minute.
Very clever by Jack Vine. He invited the bump, knew it was coming, and just held and held. And now Petrarca is killed. Well, Gawn thought it was going to be a mark, or was it? Oh! Kicks an amazing goal. Max Gawn thought the mark wasn't going to be paid because the kick was touched, went on a big galloping wide arc, hooked it across his body and banged through Melbourne's 8th. 8-3-51, Geelong 3-1-19 on the Robot Building Supplies scoreboard.
The issue I think they have Geelong here is Dangerfield and Selwood are on the bench, so they have to rotate at some time, and it happened to them in the first quarter. The moment Danger goes off the field, the gap between Petrarca, Oliver and the Demons midfield to the depth of Geelong's midfield is badly being exposed, sure, in my opinion. So they're coming back on the ground now. But, there's a real issue through that midfield area.
Well, that goal and the reaction that followed had a lot of symbolism about them. The big captain who has been so successful in this leadership role, a captain like no other. He was up and it was almost like a victory celebration.
I mean, touch in transit, was it? Yes, it was. But Gawn takes it around his body. Oh, Maxie! Can you believe it? The captain with a classic.
So Petrarca lowers the eyes, looks for the leading Gawn, who marks. Was it touched? Play on, says the umpire. Gawn snaps from 40 and kicks the goal. Oh, and he loves
loves it too, the big bearded fella. They come from everywhere to get around their skipper.
Looks to me like Geelong might be trying something with Blitzarves and Radigalera in the ruck. It looked like they were just trying a little bit of a swap there, get Blitzarves up around the ball, as well as have Radigalera up there as well. Obviously didn't quite work there. Gawn ran forward unaccounted and kicks a great goal.
Can only imagine it was touched on the way through. 8-3-51 the D's. Geelong 3-1-19 out to 32 points. And Geelong, they've had enough of Max Gawn kicking big goals against them.
Yeah, played like a small forward then, didn't he? They just look on top of the ground, the D's at the moment. Really covering the ground, where Geelong look really heavy and lethargic and just probably not covering as much.